What's good, everybody? Today we're going to be looking at some more Premier Cup battles. It's a best of 5 versus Yathei112. So Yathei was one of the top battlers in Season 1 in the Go Battle League. You can see he's got the rank 10 pose, and look at this. So we do 5 battles and he just reads me inside out, so he knows that I lead Magnezone or whatever, maybe. I didn't even know I was going to lead Magnezone, but he led with a Swampert. So we bail out of there into a Machamp, and I think I go for a cross chop bait here. Yeah, well, that's good, but it's a risky one, so it works out this time, which frees me up to go for a Rock Slide here. I'm like, maybe it would be better to farm all the way down with a Togekiss or something and try to get some energy up, but we actually managed to survive, so maybe it would have been better off to die here to feint down the Machamp, but these things happen. So we go for a Rock Slide. It puts the Dragonite real low and gives us less time to get some energy on our Charmers, so I just come back in with the Magnezone. I'm aiming to go for a double Wild Charge here on Swampert, but as you'll see, this guy is a really good battler and he was ranked 10 last season for a reason, so I'm going to shield this. Could be an Earthquake, could be a Hydro Cannon, either way I'm going to shield up, and we're almost at 2 Wild Charges, so you'll see I get off the first one here. 2 Wild Charges to a Swampert, even though it's a ground type, would still do an awful lot of damage because of how crazy the move is, so we get one off, and then I go for the second one. Unfortunately it wasn't back to back, so he does get a Mud Shot off in between there, but look at this, he actually made a switch into Metagross, so not good. Yeah, we're gonna lose here. I made a simultaneous swap into Togekiss, and look at this, he knows exactly how long it takes me to get to a charge move. He just does it. He does his charge move one before me. So right now I shield because I think he thinks I'm at a Flamethrower. This is only an Ancient Power, which won't do much, but a Flamethrower would wreck this Metagross. So he shields up here, and somehow we get the boost. So I'm like, yes, but even still, it's too little, too late. There's nothing we can do to win here. This Metagross has energy, and so does the Swampert. So unlucky for us there, I guess, in the first battle. You'll see some of my mons only have one move, but I'm waiting until closer to the date of the Premier Cup to get them second moves and stuff, so right now I'm practicing with one move on a couple of my Pokemon, but that's okay too. Jumping into the game 2, I lead with Metagross here into his own Magnezone, so he took my lead from the first battle, and I just realized I don't really have anything that beats Magnezone real hard, so I stay in here. Now, I don't have Meteor Mash. I'm waiting on somebody to lucky trade me or something like that, but Meteor Mash is definitely the move you want here on Metagross. So he doesn't shield the Psychic. Not a great move. I tried to switch here on the charge move, and that was very well executed on my behalf, I guess, but even still, it just frees him up to, you know, bring in a counter. As always, he brings in the Garchomp here, and Garchomp eats my Rhyperior alive. So again here, look, you'll see he lets me get to the charge move, and then he fires off his charge move. So it's really good counting on his behalf. I guess he seems to know every move inside out, so we're able to survive here again. I don't know if he let us survive or what, but unfortunately we still can't get the Rock Wrecker off. Now I have to come in here with my Togekiss to avoid taking super effective damage, and I know Garchomp runs Sand Tomb or something like that, which just drops my defense by 1 stage, so we don't need to shield anything here. You never need to shield in this match, Togekiss versus Garchomp. I'm pretty sure none of Garchomp's move can even hurt Togekiss, so he gets off a second Sand Tomb, and that's typically what people go for, is the Sand Tomb after Sand Tomb to lower your defense. So our defense is 2 stages lowered now, but we do have some energy on this Togekiss now. I guess a correct play here would have been to farm up a little bit and then switch, but I switched out right away into my Metagross, and he has a Snorlax in the back. So Snorlax definitely looking like a good pick for this cup. I haven't used one myself yet, but I mean, Snorlax is good in the Ultra League as well, so why wouldn't it be good here, you know? Now, you'll see again here, I just get to the Psychic, but there's a bit of lag, so I'm sure he knew that I was 1 away from the Psychic. It just lagged a little bit, so we were able to get off the charge move. In comes the Psychic, he shields it. I'm hoping for a defense drop or something, but he could actually have licked all the way down here, which he does. Now, 2 shields up against this Snorlax. I know that his Magnezone is at a Wild Charge, so I'm like, okay, I'll shield the first one, and then see if we can charm this guy down without using our charge move. So we really need the Flamethrower for the Magnezone, and that's why I leave this Body Slam go through. But again, this guy's an excellent battler, and he knows better than I do, and he's just waiting. As soon as he uses that second shield, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna shield this one, and then gotta go for this flamethrower right away. So you'll see me tap the flamethrower, but unfortunately Magnezone won the CMP or whatever, and that's gonna be it in game 2. So we've been hard countered twice so far, which makes me a little bit upset. So I'm gonna try shake things up here and lead with Machamp. Now, I'm sure he's not expecting a Machamp, right? Or at least that's what I think. So he leads with Gyarados, which isn't a good match for us again, but fortunately I've just got to stick this one out and try play it through. So this time I'm like, okay, he shielded the Rock Slide last time, or he shielded the Cross Chop last time on Dragonite, so maybe he will let this one go through, but no, he doesn't take any risks, and the Rock Slide unfortunately doesn't go through. So now we're behind on energy again, and I'm like, okay, we could get to another Rock Slide, but he switches into Metagross. I'm like, god damn. That's the thing about these rank 10 battlers and stuff. They are well prepared. They know what's up and they know when it's up. So not a great switch though, I don't think. Might have been better off to stay in here in this matchup, because my Machamp can get to a couple of cross chops here, and even these counters do an awful lot. Machamp got that really high attack stat and it's hidden for neutral damage. So right here I don't really have anything that hard counters Metagross. I'm fearing that he has 2 Meteor Mash ready, but I don't think so. So I just feint this thing down as quick as I can, and I need him to come in here with his Garchomp, but fortunately I don't think he does. So I'm getting ready to switch here right away. He comes in with Rhyperior, so if they have Rhyperior with Mud Slap, you can stay in here the whole time with your Dragonite. If they have Rock Throw or Stone Edge, or I think it's Smackdown is the quick move, you gotta get out of there. So here I'm trying to catch the charge move. Probably a bit bold of me to do, but unfortunately we do not catch it. It's a superpower. Wow, this guy he knows how to play the game. So in comes his Gyarados, and yeah, he lets me get to the Wild Charge before firing off this Hydro Pump. So 3 battles out of the 3 so far, we've lost the lead, and we can barely survive this Hydro Pump, and we're able to get the Wild Charge off, but even still, we're not in a great position here. So Yathei, great battler. I'm sure you'll see him if you haven't seen him already, because he does a lot of good things. So here I just power up and go for 2 Dragon Claws back to back, and this time it is enough to take the game. But I'm sure he's looking back at this now and saying, okay, I should have just stayed in, or I should have made a switch into Rhyperior or something, you know. But at least we got 1, right? So currently we're 0-3, and I'm sick of getting hard countered in the lead. So I lead with Tyranitar with dark moves, and he picks Machamp to lead with. So not looking good. Have to get out of there right away. And I just realized I didn't bring a hard Machamp counter in this game, so that's something you got to look out for. And he brings in a Swampert. These cross chops are going to do okay. We do have to look out for the Hydro Cannon or the Earthquake, of course, but yeah, Machamp has a high attack stat, so he doesn't let it go to a CMP. He calls it up 1 turn early, which is some more excellent play. And I'm going to shield this Hydro Cannon, thinking we can get to another Cross Chop. So I know this one will probably take a shield, or else it will KO. So in this instance, I think he shields up. No, he doesn't. Okay, he lets it through. So he's still got 2 shields, and look, he still gets the Hydro Cannon off. Oh my god. So that's okay, at least I'm learning something, you know. Gotta learn these matchups better, and obviously once I have second moves on all my Pokemon and stuff, that will be better too. So yeah, he comes back in with the Machamp here, which is leading me to believe he's got like a Metagross or Rhyperior or something in the back. But anyways, not in a great position here, so he shields up. He's got 2 shields, why wouldn't he use them? And his Machamps will win the CMP, so look at this, he knows that. Excellent play again. He knows he wins the CMP, and he lets it go to a CMP. So he has a lot of energy here on this Machamp. Now, luckily for Metagross, Bullet Punch does a fair amount when it's a neutral hit. So we can farm this thing all the way down, but we will have to take 1, maybe 2 cross chops in the meantime. So I'm hoping it's only 1, and we can survive. Cross chop isn't a great move. It doesn't do an awful lot. I see some people are running like a close combat or dynamic punch or something like that, but I think Cross Chop is obviously the most energy efficient. So we farm this guy all the way down. Now here, I don't even look at what comes in next. I just go straight for the Psychic. But maybe the play would have been to switch out with the Psychic built up and see if I could take a shield with Tyranitar or something. But either way, I was kind of hoping he would Wild Charge me here and debuff himself maybe once or twice. But yeah, obviously Yathei knows what he's doing, and he goes for a Flash Cannon here, which will one-hit my Tyranitar, unfortunately. So yeah, Tyranitar not looking good for this cup. There's not a lot of usage for dark Pokemon. Even against Metagross, Metagross has a Steel quick move, so they kind of cancel each other out. So yeah, countered, and then countered some more. We haven't won the lead yet, so this time I'm trying out Rhyperior, and we finally win the lead. Now look at this. I'm like, okay, he has a Smackdown, so we're gonna win this hard. And Yathei recognizes that and switches out into Metagross, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't have anything that beats Metagross in the back. So I've got to come in here with my Dragonite, and this Metagross is ahead on energy, so I'm like, damn, I'm gonna shield this first Meteor Mash, and then see what we can do after that. The reason I stockpile energy, even though I only have Dragon Claws, I'm kind of hoping he thinks I have like a Hurricane or Draco Meteor or something like that. Because a lot of people will run moves like that, and it will give them something to think about when you're shielding. So unfortunately we don't get the back-to-back Dragon Claw off, and I'm like, okay, maybe I can just about survive this Meteor Mash. We cannot just about survive this Meteor Mash, so unfortunately my only play here is to come back in with Rhyperior and just farm this thing down. But even still, we can't even farm it down, so I just go for the Rock Wrecker straight away, and I'm like, okay, at least this will get rid of his Metagross, right? But Yathei shields, and then I think we're even, yeah, we're even shields now. And these Smackdowns are coming a lot slower than the Bullet Punches, so I know he's got that Dragonite in the back, so I'm gonna shield here. And just farm this thing down and try to get the Rock Wrecker off as soon as possible. We're currently one Smackdown away. Now he comes back in straight away here, and it's a Snorlax, so I'm like, damn, okay, probably shield this, and that's gonna be it for me, so yeah. Gonna lose again here. It's okay to lose because hopefully you learn something, or learn something about the way you put your team together even. I know I'll be careful about putting too weak to Charm, or too weak to Steel, or too weak to Dragon, or something like that, because people will double up, and people will exploit your team and stuff like that, so you just gotta be careful of that. Now here, the Charm animation actually went through, but so did the Body Slam, so fortunately we're going to take this Body Slam, and he switches. So his Snorlax is still alive on like 1 HP, so even if we were somehow to get this Dragonite all the way down, yeah, I don't know if we still would have won, but okay, so one Dragon Claw here will KO this Togekiss, and that's going to be it for me. So we went 1-4 against Yathei. Excellent battles, fun set, hopefully you learned something, and yeah, that's going to be it for me, guys. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Goodbye.